X-Men Days of Future Past Rogue Cut. This is probably the best movie I've ever seen in my entire life. I know it's not the best. I know it's not the best movie of all time. Period. But for me, it is in my own personal world for reasons. So this is a personal opinion, very subjective, not objective. Objectively, this is not a good movie. Subjectively, to me, this is the best movie of all time for reasons. And so I'm about to get personal. So grab your bucket because there'll be a lot of tears pouring down like Niagara Falls. No, not really. I'm going to keep it cool. So I was born in 1987, the 21st of January. I came to learn about the X Men at a very early age because my mom is an X Men freak, despite the fact she's an abusive alcoholic, right? Like physically and verbally. But there were moments where she was pretty cool and she was a big fan of the X Men, and so that's pretty much the relationship I had with her. That's pretty much our. That's what we have in common. We both love the X Men because, well, she brainwashed me into it, and I'm glad she done so. So that's the only good thing I can say about her. She got me very hooked to the X Men. We would, I would read the comic book series, and also watch all of like the cartoon series that was released in the 90s. You know, the old school X Men series, right? That was really awesome. That was the only type of you know adult type of cartoon series that I was allowed to watch. Everything else I wasn't not allowed to watch. Anyway, so when the first movie came out, that was a big deal for me and my mom and my well for me and my mom at least. I don't know about my siblings. I don't think they're that much of an X Men fan compared to me and my mom. Um, but when it first came out, my mind was blown away. To see the X Men and like real action, like it's not drawn or like in the comic books or like in the cartoon series. These are actors portraying these characters. The second movie came out. That was a big deal. That was the first time and last time I ever had a father son moment with my stepdad. That was the first time and last time. We went to go see the X Men 2 in the theaters. That was it. So that was a big deal for me as well. So you must understand why the X Men movies and just X Men in general is a big deal to me. Then the third movie came out. I didn't really like it, but anyway. Days of Future Past, Rogue Cuts more specifically, it's a nice way of ending things with the trilogy of the first X Men movies. Despite the fact third being a quite disappointment, although it's not all too bad. I mean, sometimes I still bitch about it. There's a video somewhere on my channel where I was really bitching about it, but actually it's not that bad. Actually, it's actually quite alright. It's just that whatever. Um, it's a way of saying goodbye to the old and in with the new. With the because ever since the X Men First Class came out, things are just much different. It's like as if it's a parallel universe of X Men compared to the original three that first started. Starting with X Men One, X Men Two, and X Men: The Last Stand. Um, it hits home with me because that's like I said, the first movie that was when I was me and my mom. That was like the only good quality I have with her is that we both love the X Men, even though she is an abusive alcoholic. And then the second movie is because it's the only time I ever had a father son moment with my stepdad. The first time and the last time, that was it. And the third one being a disappointment. So it's like seeing that happen in the theaters first without the road cut. Um, it hit home for me, and then now I've recently watched the road cut, and it was like, I think I don't know. I have a feeling that the third movie, because I looked up some information online that some of the actors didn't really do their best because they were just not in on it, or something like that with Halle Berry or something. I need to look it up again. My memory's really shit. But I feel like Days of Future Past, Road Cut, it was them saying like goodbye and think I don't know. It just gave me closure with that, and end with the new, with the new X Men. Now that's over since the last movie of was it Dark Phoenix that was released in 2019. So I guess it's over with that series. But it's like Yeah, it meant something to me. So I know it's not really a good movie, and a lot of people hate it. But for me personally, it's probably one of my top favorite movies because of personal reasons. So I don't know. Comment down below what you think of the X Men movies. Which are your favorite? Although X Men Origins Wolverine, that's by far the because I said somewhere videos ago that X Men 3 is probably the worst X Men movie. I take it back. X Men Origins Wolverine, that is the worst movie. I never liked it ever since it was released. I remember seeing it in the theaters, I was like, damn, this is shit. This is such shit. I was all by myself, by the way. I was separated from my friends. We were hanging out somewhere and I disappeared because I saw like a theaters of that movie, X Men Origins Wolverine. And then I came back to them like, hey, where were you, Greg? It's like, oh yeah, I was watching X Men Origins Wolverine. It sucked. True story. Okay, guys, bye.